Hey everybody, welcome back to Miscast Commentary. I am Joe Finley.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Mary.
And boy, oh boy, do the hits keep coming. This one's completely my fault. I have been falling apart since December 16th. So one straight month of
This is just send you right to the leper colony, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, no, it's been that bad. So to start it out, I got COVID. My whole family got COVID. The boy tested positive. Then my wife tested
Where'd that
positive.
punk get it?
Then I.
Punk kids.
I know, right? And so we all got it. My daughter didn't have it. Then she got it later on, like a couple days later. Then coming out of that, I got pneumonia.
Double whammy.
So I had some side effects, and I still, you'll hear me cough a little bit during these and stuff.
They can tell the difference, huh? They're like, first it was COVID, now it's into the pneumonia.
Well, yeah. Well, I know what the pneumonic feels like. It's like the amount of stuff I'm coughing up and all that stuff. And
the doctor said, pneumonia. And you're like, oh, great.
So that was fun. So I've been on a puffer, which then completely destroyed my voice. My voice still sounds a little different as well. So that's not great.
You sound like Phyllis Diller after a pack of butts.
Happy birthday, Milton Berle.
She calls that the morning.
Yeah. So there was that, and then I busted my tooth.
His wife punched him.
Which was great.
His old lady chopped him.
I wish that was the case. I was eating a soft taco, and
I guess like a battered a husband would be way more interesting than.
Yeah. I'll put it up here.
Does it look like that mucus guy from the commercial?
No, it was the picture of my broken tooth. But But also the other thing I did is I had pinched a nerve in my back. And it caused a bunch of radiating pain to go down my arm, and my hand is still, these two fingers completely numb. This area here completely numb. I can feel my three fingers. I can feel this side of my arm, not so much this side of my arm. And all pain here, and huge pain in my back. It legit feels like there's a knife in my back, and somebody's jiggling it around.
I read this online.
Yeah.
Trust me. What we do now is I punch you everywhere on that side, and from 1 to 10, you tell me, did it hurt?
10. You're a big dude.
Hey, what? We haven't started yet.
Let's just go ahead and throw that out there.
Oh, fine.
Sorry.
Just let everybody know nothing happened to me.
No, Todd was totally fine this whole time.
He took the heat for everybody on this one, let me tell you.
Constantly checking in, seeing how I'm doing, and telling him my next thing that I'm suffering from.
I'm just dying to go. Just dying.
I thought you were going to say, I'm
so bored.
I thought you were just die already. just Christ.
Oh, well, just die.
Yeah, but it was...
No, and I'd be I was like, oh, God. We're never going to rock.
It was a rough go, and I'm still in a lot of bad shape, but there was no way I had to do this because I was going crazy myself.
Agreed. I'm losing it.
So we are back with you, and we don't have a ton to talk about.
But I know it's award season.
Yeah. So
it's been close-ups of Brendan Fraser crying.
Yeah.
And short round giving a handy to Spielberg.
Yeah.
End of award season.
Yeah, that's been about it, but there's been really nice speeches that came out of that, both from Kiwi Kwan and from Brendan Fraser. I don't know, they're just, they're both comeback stories, and
they're awesome.
Likes that, and,
I thought it was the best movie of the year. I said it the moment I saw it. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Oh, I thought
it was movie of the year.
I thought you meant Blast from the Past.
Where do we get all the Blast from the Past?
Actually, it was really cool. Drew Barrymore had Brendan Fraser on and asked, she's like, I was such a big fan of the movie Blast from the Past. She's like, would you do me the honor of recreating a scene with me? And they read a scene together.
Him and who?
Drew Barrymore.
Oh, Drew Barrymore. So she wants to be the Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah. Oh, it would have been way better if she swapped it. He's like, I'm Alicia now? And
yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Was that on the Drew Barrymore show?
Yeah.
She's doing all right for herself.
Her show, for what it is, it's daytime.
Yeah. I don't know how she is now, but in the beginning, she was way too Kelly Ripa for me.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Way too happy. Too.
Well, she's still that because that's just her. She's very hippy dippy like that. But she's found her speed.
She's found her right.
Well, I broadcast it at work, but also I just see clips here and there. And there was a whole thing where her and Kate Hudson. Kate Hudson came on to talk about Glass Onion, which was really good, by the way.
I enjoyed it as well.
And they were talking about because Kate dated Owen Wilson and Drew Barrymore dated Luke Wilson. And they were talking, he's like, have you talked to him? And he's like, no, I've talked to him forever. And she's like, yeah, I haven't talked to Luke either. Then she happened to go through her phone, or her assistant went through her phone and found Luke in her phone. So they called it
like on the air.
On the air, and then you hear like, "Hello," it's like, "Luke, yeah, Luke Wilson, no," and then like,
oh my god, so it was just some random Luke.
Other Luke, and then Kate goes into the thing and she goes, "How do you know Drew Barrymore?" He's like, "Oh." And then like everybody's like, "Oh," and she like covers her face immediately, and then she's like, "Oh, I was in that movie with her, Never Been Kissed. It was just another actor."
Oh, it's a different Luke.
And it was just like,
oh, that guy just got a career resurgence.
Yeah. But like a bunch of things, like she had the whole.
He's like, yeah, well, I don't know if this is being broadcast on national television, but we sort of did anal.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. She had the whole cast of E.T. on, and they were talking.
Was E.T. there?
Yes, he was there.
Oh, you fucking better than you see the entire cast. Wow.
The best story though that came out of that, I loved this story, was I guess Steven Spielberg, between takes one time, looked over and saw, how old she was, like 6, 7 years old. Drew, talking to the E.T. puppet. And when he saw that, his heart like kind of melted. So he went to like the puppet team, the special effects team, and said, under no circumstances is E.T. to be unmanned. She's going to talk to him. He needs to respond to her.
Oh God! So the guy's like, "Oh Jesus!"
So they were all swapping out, like keeping this little girl.
Oh my God! It sounds like Osimo. That's not the story.
Oh God.
The true story is that Spielberg looks at this girl speaking to this dummy and snaps his fingers and goes, "Get this girl more cocaine." That's what he said. Because then it's always alive.
Fair enough. And speaking,
welcome to Drew Barrymore. Wee. That's why she's so happy. She's got breakfast lines.
Oh, for sure.
Chops in some fucking scrambled eggs with chat.
Yeah, but speaking of Spielberg, he got the win, the Golden Globe for The Fabelmans, which you saw.
Oh, that's good. Good movie. Really good.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
It's super good. Yeah, I think they filmed it on film too. That's probably why it looks so. I thought I heard that somewhere.
Yeah,
it was actually on real.
I can't
film.
imagine. I can't imagine him shooting digitally.
I can't either.
Like I'm sure he's done it in the last while.
Because I heard that for years he was the only one. Like he had like like Jay Leno's got cars. He's got a warehouse full of old school film machines.
Oh yeah,
that he said they would Frankenstein and keep. Like that. And I was like, that's a real that's how they make a movie for real, man.
Well, what's really funny is just as a content creator, like doing this and doing all the editing and all that, and also doing my own channel, the Miscast Joe thing and everything else, I talk to a lot of other content creators, and I'm part of this like group with a bunch of really talented ones, and we were all talking.
Only fans.
Yeah, if only fans. But we were all talking, and I'm just like, I get these realizations from time to time that I'm just the old fuck of the group, right? Like these guys are all talking about
old fuck.
Well, I mean, they're all in their like, at the oldest, they're late 20s.
Oh God.
And then like we're talking about editing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the first thing I ever edited on was like Final Cut version 6," and they're like, "Holy crap!" I'm like, the first thing I ever edited on was a Steenbeck, and what a Steenbeck was a giant ass editing console that was for film. And you would put like the film reel on one side and you'd run it through like this little projector thing so you could see it on a little screen. And then you had in front of you a razor thing. So you would find the spot that you needed to cut. You would put it down in the little like tongue, the little like holes for the film would slit perfectly in there. Then you would down and you'd cut out the spot.
That's like the old school way.
Yeah, and you cut out the spot that you want gone. Throw it somewhere, and then you literally just tape the two pieces together with another thing, and then you just let it go. More accurately, like real editors would go, and they would chop that thing to shreds, and they would have it would look like a doorway of like a 70s porn shoot where like just like everything hanging down like that, right? Because then they would be like, this is this scene, this is this shot, this is that, right? And then you would take them all and put them all back together.
Oh, they didn't make them like that anymore, baby.
They literally don't. And so I was telling them about that, and then I was like, yeah, and then for computers, my first version was Final Cut 2, and they just looked at me like they just unearthed me from from a tomb. Like, Jesus.
From your sarcophagus.
Right? And it's, I get it. Like, it's... Like it is
You're old.
No, but technologically,
they can make a movie on their phone now. For Christ's sake,
that's what I'm saying. Is technologically
crazy.
The leap that happened, and it's almost like I loved my education, but my education is almost completely obsolete now at this point, at least the one that I received. I'm sure they are updating it as it goes along. That's usually how it works. But everything I learned is almost completely just gone, because exactly like you said, I could take this thing and shoot better quality video than I could on the film cameras that I had at school.
Yeah.
And it's just
I
like,
just remember being back in the day in like media class with those big ass cameras.
yeah, man.
All the cords and that was real TV though, man. All this stuff bullshit now.
That was the best. I had,
Fuck
we had,
that.
I like that's
Live studio audience, baby.
because I don't know how the rules are like everywhere else, but here you go to the school based on proximity. So I literally live like next to a school, and I had to get like special permission to go to the school that Todd and I went to together, Governor Simcoe.
It was up the street a bit.
Yeah, it was a little further. It was outside. It's just the way they draw out the zones too.
No,
right?
because Scott Lee closed.
No, that's I'm talking high school now. That's when I went to Dalewood.
Yeah.
But we had to get special permission because they were the only one with the type of media class, and that was what I wanted to do. So I got that permission, and we did that, and then like we just abused the hell out of that, like doing, like making cool zombie movies, and just like being allowed to take over drama classes.
That was cool.
And, like it was amazing. Like Todd would be in a different class, and then would just be allowed to come and join us. So
Yeah, it was cool.
Shit. Like
it was well, because they didn't want me to clear. Like, get the fuck out of here. Let's go do something else. Fuck off. Oh my god! You know what I watched
this is just
the other
mommy
day?
and daddy catching up.
It was on Tubi. High Spirits. Do you remember this movie?
I recall
Starring Peter O'Toole. I'll tell you the cast. You tell me the plot. Peter O'Toole, Steve Guttenberg, Daryl Hannah, Liam Neeson, Jennifer Tilly, Peter Gallagher.
What a cast!
I know.
And what's the name again? Sorry, High Spirits.
High Spirits.
High Spirits. Okay, so I am going to say Peter O'Toole plays God. Daryl Hannah is an angel, and your main dude is Steve Guttenberg, who comes across the girl. I don't know, Peter Gallagher's the buddy. But yeah, and he's just like, he's trying to find his true love, and then he has a guardian angel on his way, but he's kind of in love with her, and God is Peter O'Toole, so...
Oh my god, that's actually not that bad. Really? That's not that bad. Oh god. It's Peter O'Toole runs this castle.
Yeah.
And they're going to foreclose the mortgage or whatever on it. So he turns it into this shitty haunted castle.
Okay.
And all these people come to the place. Mm-hmm. Steve Guttenberg and Beverly D'Angelo. Steve Guttenberg and Beverly D'Angelo are a couple, and they show up, but they're like fighting and they don't like each other. Okay. But then after everything goes ass over tea kettle, it's a bust.
Okay.
Every time they try to leave, something really haunted actually happens, and they find out that there are real ghosts in there.
Okay.
Steve Guttenberg and Beverly D'Angelo fall in love with the two ghosts that are like killing each other the whole time. Steve Guttenberg and Daryl Hannah end up in love. Yeah, it's exactly the same plot.
I got that part. All right, I feel like I missed a lot of beats,
well,
but
no, you had it.
Based
on
the
whole love thing, the whole like.
Can we make this a regular thing? A game that we play where we each just come with a movie and a cast, and we have to guess what it's about.
See,
I think that's a fun little game we can add to this, and I don't know.
What a romp!
Viewership.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
By the end of the movie, Beverly D'Angelo was like okay with dying and having Daryl Hannah's soul go into her body so that she could live and be in love with Steve Guttenberg. Yeah. And she, as a ghost, would now be with Liam Neeson, and they would live in eternity together. I was like, this lady who's whacked. Like,
I support all of that. Like? Especially, I was like, what, Daryl Hannah wants to be inside me? Yes, please.
Yeah, it was kind of messed up.
Man.
There was like necromancing. It was fucked up. It was like an 80s movie. Of course, it was fucked. It was like corpse banging. It's the 80s.
I was trying to explain 80s movies to my daughter, and because she watches like the horror movies, right?
Yes.
We watch a lot of the like the Friday the 13th and stuff like that.
That's hilarious.
Trying to convince her because she watched Nightmare on Elm Street, but she doesn't want to watch the other ones because she doesn't want to watch them when they get corny. I'm like, no, you're missing the whole point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when it gets dope.
That is when it gets good. Like, totally when it gets good.
I was like, because 90%...
He turns that girl into a cockroach. And
yeah. Yeah, well, I was like, 90% of these movies you're not afraid of anyways. So, like, why not have a little bit of fun? You're just waiting for the next kill. Like the kills, like
that's what that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like
where can you take it?
Right. Exactly. When by the time this episode comes out, the trailer for Scream 6 will have come out, and that's I was going to say Scarface. Whoops. That's going to be Ghostface in New York.
Oh my God, it's like Jason Takes Manhattan,
right? And
oh
that's
my
why
God.
That's like we're getting really close to that in our
I didn't see the newest Scream.
You know, we missed a Friday the 13th. This past Friday was a Friday the 13th, and we didn't do a Friday the 13th movie.
Shit.
There's another one coming later in the year, though. We'll make sure to
we'll
catch
have the double
that.
whammy.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. We got to make up for it. But then
reinsert it into the when Netflix got into trouble, like they're editing things after they've come out.
Yeah.
We will very cheekily insert that one into the April 13th that had passed. Can we do that?
I can do that with blog posts and stuff. I can't
You can't do it with the thing. We can't put it in. I
can't lie.
Your Honor, clearly,
lie.
it's like the name's this way. It's just jammed in between the two names, right?
It's the only thing. It's the only thing ever Scotch taped to the internet.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah. So
Giancarlo Esposito, I feel like he's the one right now with the most skin in the game.
Yeah, he's
in new everywhere. Shit. Like he's
in that heist show on Netflix.
Like he said he wants to play a good guy. He's like, fuck, can I play a good guy sometimes?
He's actually
he's like, fuck.
He is very, very highly rumored to play Professor X.
No way.
Yeah.
That's gonna be I'm starting now. Holy fuck. He's not bald for one. Yes. Said I was gonna start with black. That's number 2. He's also black.
I can't believe that a non-bald guy is.
Like what you did there.
I know, right? Like it's every choice anybody makes, and it's just like, well, I feel like I'm feeling for James Gunn all around because he's
a tough guy. We're for trauma.
I know he could give a shit.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
But he's taken over this thing, and everybody's like, if you want to really save this, restore the Snyderverse, and I'm like, already, and he's just like, first thing, guys, it's done.
Yeah,
could just be done.
Oh man, I was in Toronto and 2 people that I know were like totally sticking up for the Snyderverse, and I was like, "You guys are fucking insane."
Yeah,
I was like, "You are nuts."
They're
constantly like making fun of me because I like a movie, and then I'm like, "This." I was like, "This, you're gonna die in the Snyderverse." I was like, "Come on, man!"
And don't get me wrong, I like when somebody likes a movie and is like
go right
passionate
ahead.
about a movie. That's great.
Yeah,
but what they're now trying to dictate film is the problem.
Exactly.
And they're like, we're not doing it. You're gonna put out another one of these movies, or I'm never gonna.
And it's like look at it. And what I kept saying to them too is like, look at James Gunn's resume and look at Zack Snyder's.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to tell me that the company's gonna be in better hands with Snyder than him?
Yeah.
Like you'd be fucking kidding me. Like
exactly. Especially when he's put out
I didn't
financial.
I don't like the darkness, man. I dug Batman.
Yeah.
Like Tim Burton's Batman and stuff, because it was like it was dark looking.
Yeah. Yes.
And it wasn't like
gothic.
happy schmappy, but this Snyderverse is everybody's like down in the Superman's down in the dumps, everybody's down in the dumps. I'm like, this movie's a fucking dump. Like fuck this. Like we said, because obviously nobody's gonna believe the Superman now with the glasses and the. Here's the thing. Do you think that Clark Kent as a character should be done, or if he is Clark Kent, everybody knows he's Superman? Because that is honestly very fucking dumb.
I agree.
I always thought he had something about him.
Yeah.
I had said I was like, maybe he's got something about him when he puts the glasses on.
Yeah.
You just it fucks with your mind. You don't see him as. And then my friend said, well, he's already got enough powers, for God's sakes. And I was like, yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah. Actually, I saw a thing. I did not read further because I just got mad at the headline. They were like, Superman just received a power boost in DC Comics. I'm like, really?
That's what he needed.
I was like, thank God.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. A little weak.
Yeah, exactly.
Little top up.
He's like, now
like your prepaid phone.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, now he can make toast just by thinking about it.
Fuck, that's a power.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even think Powdered Toast Man has that power.
Powdered Toast Man.
Hold on to my buttocks.
Oh my God. I haven't thought about Powdered Toast Man in so long. So good.
That's a movie, bud.
That should be the next movie.
Chris Farley should have been Powdered Toast Man in the live action Powdered Toast Man movie.
I was gonna say Dave Bautista plays Powdered Toast Man's body, but Seth Rogen plays his voice.
He plays his head.
Yeah,
they CG his head on there.
Speaking of Dave Bautista, M. Night Shyamalan had a lot of really good things to say about him. had a lot of really good things to say about him and his his role in the next movie, that
Apocalyptic Cabin Door, or whatever it's called.
They said, and because they were like, "Oh, so who are you working with right now?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm working with Dave Bautista." And they were kind of like, "Oh, the wrestler?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "How is he?" He's like, "He's fantastic. It's the best."
Oh, the wrestler. I mean, now he's been in so many movies. They still call him like. Have you seen No movies?
They still do that all the time, though. Like The Rock still gets that. I mean, he hasn't been like. He's wrestled
go back to wrestling for a while.
20 years.
Rock should back up for a little while, take a breather, come back in a little bit.
Yeah.
The Rock domination is.
Well, something that
I'm losing it.
Yeah, a point I really liked. Somebody on TikTok made it actually. They were like, he still has yet, and this is why he was so kind of upset with everything how Black Adam kind of finished. Is he has yet to really put his own stamp on a franchise.
Right.
He'll make a movie. He'll make the goddamn Skyscraper or whatever, whatever. And like none of them really do anything. The only ones that are successful are franchises he joins.
Fast and Furious.
G.I.
Scorpion King.
Scorpion King was a Mummy thing.
Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, well, yeah, Jungle Cruise was based on something else.
Mysterious Island, which was the sequel to... You're totally right. Mysterious Island was the sequel. I like that movie.
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so anything he's done that's been really popular and really successful has always been off the back of something else. And so finally he had Black Adam a chance to do something. And it made a profit. Like, it's not like it wasn't successful, but it got overshadowed immediately. Like, what was the first thing that came out from Marvel right after?
I just didn't like his whole... pushing so badly for Cavill and like, I will not let the Snyderverse die. And it's like, dude, it's done.
Yeah.
This is going to be the last like movie like this. Yeah. So don't make your movie and fuck off. Don't push it. Like,
well, and that's the thing. And I think that kind of helped solidify him not being
like they could have Batgirled him.
Yeah. The Batgirl thing too, to me, is still out of this world.
I don't think the movie was made.
We made the movie.
It was done.
All you got to do, like, you threw an extra, like, $75 million.
Why wouldn't they just throw it in on Crave or whatever?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Is it should have been an HBO, like an HBO Now or Plus or whatever goddamn thing it is. Just give it to that. Don't. I wonder
because it had Brendan Fraser as Firefly.
Fraser
it had Batman. Michael Keaton. I was like, what is the problem here, man? I was like, this movie sounds pretty well just by the cast. I'm like, sounds fucking pretty good to me.
But here's the question: that doesn't make it. Not even in that capacity.
Probably because he was a girl.
But we've still got the Flash coming out.
Which I know, isn't he nuts? Didn't he go nuts and like, doesn't that usually derail your career? Oh,
he's kidnapped multiple people. He's assaulted multiple people.
He's his own cult. I mean, you got to give a guy credit for that. Like,
yeah.
He's like the one-man gang. He's a one-man cult.
Yeah, I know.
But they said that apparently the script is really good. Even I can't stand him.
But like, to be really frank, and like this is an awful thing to have to suggest to a business, recast him and reshoot the movie.
Right.
Like, you don't have to reshoot it all.
Well,
I mean, he's in most of it. He's in most of it, so you'll have to redo
like
a lot of the movie.
I'm just like, oh god. And it looks like it's a big No Way Homer or something.
Yeah.
Like they missed the mark on this one. Like there's going to be multiple Flashes. He's going to break the multiverse and blah blah blah.
Well, and that's the other problem too. And it's not a huge problem in terms of them because I mean, like it's not like. They did their multiverse thing, and I'm pretty sure they did it first in the comics. But it's done in the movies already. They're in the the MCU is in the middle of their multiverse arc.
Yeah,
like we've experienced multiverse. We've seen things. We're gonna see Kang variants for the next little bit. God, he's gonna be.
I can't wait to see the real Kang.
Good. Yeah.
In Ant-Man or whatever is going to happen. Yeah. Well, clearly he's not getting rid of him. He's not defeating him in Ant-Man. Ant-Man is just... Well, there must be a secondary guy that they defeat or something, and then...
The first version of Kang that we meet is the one in
Loki,
who is just the one who remains or whatever he was called. And he made the point. He's like, if what you do next... Like, depending on what you do next, you're going to create all these branches and you're going to create a multiversal war. And he's like, and there are Kangs in all of them. And he's like, I'm the only nice one.
Yeah.
And so then she kills him. And now here we go. And we're going to get Is it going
to be Loki season 2?
Yeah. Kiwi Kwan, speaking of which, he's going to be in it.
Oh, sweet. But he's come back hard, eh?
Yeah.
Yo, before I forget, Buddy from Rick and Morty. isn't shit for spousal abuse or something like some crazy shit went down.
He Dana Whited or something.
Oh yeah, he did something. What a surprise!
Yeah, I know.
Neanderthal fucking idiot. Fucking Dana White beats his wife up.
I'm going to, and this is not a defense.
And then afterwards, he made her sign while she's all punched up that she signed a piece of paper saying it was a contractual match for the UFC Dark that did not make it to air.
Yeah, and now she actually has to fight Forrest Griffin in 3 months. But he said one thing that, like, I don't forgive him for hitting his wife. There's no forgiving that and whatever. But I'll say I respect the one thing, because somebody asked him, they're like, how do you come back from this? And he's like, you don't. He's like, I can do everything I can. I'm going to go to like counseling and try and make things right by my marriage and make things right by just my own behavior and all that. He's like, but I will always be the guy who hit her.
Yep.
And he's like, that's something I have to live with because I did it.
Yep.
And I'm like, ooh, accountability. I'm not used to hearing this in the media.
Who knows? Maybe she was going nuts on him.
She slapped him first, but still, it's like,
still, it's not cool.
Yeah. It's like she's like 105-pound woman, and he like laid into her. Like I saw the video.
Like that football dude that like almost took his wife's head off in the elevator. Like holy shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just put her in the figure 4 leg lock or some shit.
I know.
Put her in a sexy hold until she calms down. Calm that Latina fiery temper. That's what you don't. When you're this guy, just just do it. Don't get married.
Yeah, don't get married.
You know what I mean?
Don't get married. You can't beat your wife if you don't have one.
Exactly.
Girlfriends are a dime a dozen. I joke.
Exactly.
And then just the last thing to talk about, because Only Murders in the Building is shooting again for season 3.
Same building?
Same building.
Oh my God.
Same
He's
building.
gonna move into this fucking place.
New murder. Well, this one's interesting because the season finale, I don't really want to spoil it.
Yeah, don't.
The season finale. But
well, here we go.
No, I'm not going to say what happens exactly, but the season finale shows you the next murder.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And so you're like, oh, like, because it goes like 1 year later, and then it's like, oh, and they're like, oh, fuck, like, here we go again, kind of thing. But the cast who's been added, so in addition to Steve Martin Short, and Selena Gomez, Paul Rudd and Meryl Streep are in this new season.
Paul Rudd's everywhere, man.
Paul Rudd is into it, man. And like, I was just like, I knew Paul Rudd was going to be in it because there were like hints and stuff like that leading into the lead of this season. But then Meryl Streep literally I just popped up in a photo and I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's Meryl Streep.
She's the murderer.
Do they know that that's Meryl Streep? Like,
oh, they're gonna.
Yeah. They're like, I'm sorry, did you wander here by accident? Like on your way to an Oscar polishing party?
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's all I got for
I didn't do anything. I haven't done anything.
Yeah, that's good enough for me. In terms of what's coming next week, I don't know. I'm making an executive decision. We're not telling you.
Whoa, he doesn't know.
No, I don't. I literally don't. But we've got a block of We got a block of movies that we've already done, and I want the ability now to be able to pick what's most appropriate for a time. So it's like, oh, like this is happening. Is like, it'd be good to pull this movie and do this right now or something like that. So I was like, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to shoot the shit here. And just, this is a place where if you're just stepping in, you're learning about us and that sort of thing. Otherwise, you're just catching up with us in an almost shorter episode than normal.
Yeah, pretty much.
And, yeah. And
we're cut it. This one's a whoo. And people are like, wow, this one was a.
Yeah. I'll cut enough out of this. But everything I say, it's gone. But this is going to be a solid 9 minutes. But this is where how tired I am. It's starting to catch up with me. But yeah, so that's how we're going to kind of do that from now on. We're not going to tease the next movie. We can't play the trailers anymore without getting freaking copyright claimed anyways. So
really?
Yeah, because you'll get claimed mostly by music.
Because the tunes they played
because the tunes in the trailer.
That was like the big thing with Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, so that becomes a huge problem anytime and if you even have a couple of seconds of it and it's gone. So it's like without being able to play it.
It's like some robot out there feeling everything, and the moment it's like bah, the alarm goes off or like somebody used it.
When the it's all these places like YouTube and all that, they've been required to kind of add in a bit to their their content checks and stuff like that actually scans for music. And then like Shazam can find a song, it finds a song, it goes, it's this, and then it instantly says this song's playing. Now what's cool is not every song copyright claims you. We do actually have a couple that were copyright claimed, but now because of the way things have changed, they're uncopyright claimed.
100 years.
And it said, no, it wasn't 100 years. It's not like Polly Wolly Doodle All the Day was playing during one of the things. Which reminds me of a sketch that we wanted to do a long time ago that we should still do, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it just all of a sudden said that, yeah, this song exists in the thing. It's fine.
Right.
And it's just like, oh, okay, they're cool with
What
something.
about the new horror movie coming out, Skimmeridink?
Skimmeridink?
No, seriously. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure they're going to use Skimmeridinky Dink. Do they have who's got the rights to that one?
Either Sharon, Lois, or Bram, whoever's left.
Oh shit! They killed each other off too for that one.
I know. I tweeted the other day just because it was.
Is that where that song started?
I don't know.
That's a good answer, actually. Sharon, Lois, or Bram. I like that.
I don't know any. I think that's where it started. Yeah. But I had made.
Oh man.
I had made a point on Twitter that I'm standing by. I'm like, could they have not just once on Polka Dot Door just dressed up like one of the stagehands or something as Pokeroo so you could have both of the people on set at the same time as Pokeroo? Because it was always the same bullshit. Like one of them's like, I gotta go for a second. And then Pokeroo would come in from the other side. Like, Pokeroo, Pokeroo. Then they'd go around and the other person's like, hey, did I miss anything? As a matter of fact, you did.
Smells like Pokeroo was here.
Yeah. Were you
poking around again? Poking around again.
How was that not a porno parody?
Pokeroo.
Every time the guy leaves, Pokeroo comes and instead of the big long tail, it's just a big ass cock. And he's just Pokeroo,
Pokeroo.
Yeah, there's something. So that's a thought to leave you guys on. Tune in next week.
Pokeroo's penis.
Yeah. Tune in please, somebody. Please.
Well, Finnegan's an adult now. He must have a big old.
Casey and Finnegan are all down.
Yeah.
No, but please, I'm begging you right now. Somebody listens to this podcast who will care enough to do this. Please send us fan art. Money too, but fan art of the Pokeroo porn parody.
Pokeroo's penis.
Put it on. Send it to Miscast Podcast on Twitter.
Today's special?
No, that was
Sharon Lois and Bram?
No, I already said what it was too, and now you're just saying other ones that. Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to. It was
Under the Umbrella Tree.
I'm literally gonna kill myself. But what's worse is you're only naming Canadian ones, so you're saying like weird sentences that most of our audience doesn't even know.
It sounds like
Polka Dot Door.
Polka Dot Door.
Thank you. I was like, how could I not remember the thing I literally just said? Oh, I know, because somebody's yelling shit at me. It's like when you're trying to do math and somebody's off to the side going, 96, 34.
I always do that to people counting, even when they're not.
I feel like that's the one scene that was missing from Hidden Figures. The one where it was the three black women doing all the math. Would have been the best if like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory was in the back going 964.
No, the best is when they're like, what's that word? And then you start going 96, 97, 98, 54. They're like, what? Like, well, automatically Polka Dot Whore.
Yeah. Ooh, well done. Oh, we're thinking titles now.
I
was getting ready to leave, but that's instantly the first one. Yeah, there's no chance. There's no chance there's a
Poke me hot whore.
Ooh, that's really good. That's really good. Although that suggests more pegging.
Right. Well, there could be. Yeah. Pokeroo's probably into it.
Yeah.
That's what you find out. That's the grand finale.
Yeah, he leaves and then the other actor comes in, his ass is bleeding. He's like, what happened?
What happened? That's how I wake up all the time.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, now I just want to start thinking of other kids' shows and their potential porn parodies. Sharon, Lois, and Ram. That one's obvious.
Sharon, yeah, because I like that, yeah. The Ram.
Someone lamb chop. I don't know. There's something in there. Lamb cuck.
Lamb cock.
Lamb cuck.
Being cucked by a lamb.
Oh, no. I was just picturing that little lamb watching Sherry Lewis get railed.
Thinks he talked like that in bed. Like he uses use Lamb Chop's voice, baby. Like
I always think about stuff, not specifically her, but I always think about that. Like if a celebrity meets somebody and they're having sex, like, yeah, do your character for me. And it's like if it's a really weird character.
Yeah, like Lisa. Like, do Lisa. Or do Bart for me.
Yeah. Well, ay caramba. I come.
No, the best would be like, do Dora for me. Or like, yeah, exactly. It's like some little kid, or like, what's her name from YTV?
Oh God, Sugar.
Yeah.
I see. I know. Wow. I knew Sugar. I spoke like I would have conversations.
Was that her real voice?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I'm not.
She's got to be a phone sex operator now.
No, she's in like Hollywood. She's like done legit shit.
Porn's legit.
Yeah, no, fair enough. No, but she was in that. She was like a big role in that Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. She was actually the one getting married.
Oh,
she
no
was
way.
My sister, and she was hilarious in it, and like went for it too. Like there was a scene where she had like a giant bush, and they had to like they
trim it.
Yeah. And
then, like a Dumb and Dumber scene where they got to like get hedge clippers and trim a big bush down.
Yep. And she has appeared multiple times on Drunk History when it was on the air.
No shit.
As the drunk person and as performing
in it,
like in the as well. Yeah.
Oh, well, good for
and
Sugar.
She was a huge voice actress and stuff like that.
I can see that voice. Like, oh my God, I'm sure she did a lot of anime.
Yeah, she did.
No tentacles. Oh, one more. No, yay.
Yeah, I think she goes by Sugar Lynn Beard now, but her name was Stephanie Beard.
Sugar Beard.
Well, her last name is Beard.
Her name is Sugar Beard.
Her last name is Beard.
That's amazing.
About that.
You can put any amount of that sugar on my beard.
Can't get enough of that. Well, imagine she was just Sugar Bear.
Sugar. Oh my God.
Can't get enough of that sugar cream.
That's her name when she's not putting it on. Yeah. Her name. Fuck off.
You fuck
voice.
We need.
Why don't we fuck on? Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. We gotta get that.
We're done.
We got another episode to record. We will see you guys next time. As always, make sure you're following us on all the socials: Twitter at Miscast Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Miscast Commentary. TikTok at Miscast Commentary. All good places. We air shorts from these things and stuff like that. You can find us doing stuff all the time.
I'm always doing stuff.
Yeah, trying to find some more behind the scenes kind of things that we can do as well on top of that. But we're, a part of our life has to not be making content together. Otherwise, like this is just one big ass facade that gets Todd an excuse to pick up some fried chicken on the way.
That's it. That's about it.
So we have to have some non-content time too. But so do all those things. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit like and subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we have new episodes coming out. Comment down below. It helps engagement and stuff as well. I don't know, what question do we want to ask in our comments down below? Just ask a question and then people are going to comment down below and tell us the answer.
I thought the question was what were they going to name that was to draw the poker's penis.
Yeah, no, I want that too. That's just coming to our Twitter.
It's fan art.
That's for personal.
I want somebody to give
her. Put down below your kids show porn parody name. Yeah. Put that down below.
I like that.
For the love of God, I'm terrified. If there's some good ones, we will read them on the next coming attractions.
Sweet. Yeah. I'm excited. That's good.
Okay,
but give us if you're from somewhere else, let me just even if it sucks. Like I want to hear the name of your kids. So they should have to put the name of the show and then the parody name.
Yeah, because
they're from somewhere we don't know.
Yeah, if you're from someplace and you're doing one that's clearly not if you're doing Sesame Street, everybody knows it.
Right.
Fine. But if you're doing one that is clearly like a local or nobody outside of your country is going to know it. Yeah, say what the original name is, what the parody is. Let us know what country you're in too. I'm curious.
That's cool.
Maybe we look some of these kid shows
that
up.
Would be amazing. That's what I'm saying. The Bulgarian Cable 10 kids show that came on. I'm like,
well, I'm really trying to find more ways for us to just be able to kind of fuck around during this type of episode where we can just have some fun and find some more fun things to do other than just talking about movie news, because that's not timeless.
Right.
You're going to go back and I'm going to go listen to an old Miscast commentary and they're talking about the Falklands have been invaded. Fuck.
Again?
Yeah. See, and even that is a reference from a 1992 episode of The Simpsons. All right, guys, that's it for this. We will see you next time when we do a movie that is undetermined. Bye-bye.
Bye.